in Week 4. The Texans won an instant classic in their first matchup against the Cowboys. Can Dallas even the score? The answer comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Houston Texans taking on the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys. Brennan Gaughan along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. This was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And he comes in off of a tremendous game in the NFC Championship round 2 weeks ago. This has been a team all season long that's really taken their identity from their quarterback, and he's been very vocal in days leading up to this game that he believes that this is their time, and he's going to do all he can to will them to a Super Bowl win.
On play action, Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Rolling to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Sebastian Joseph Day gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Throwing on second and long. Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. On third down, it's Prescott. He'll get this to Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards, and that means they come up short, as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 40 down?
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he's been sensational all season long, but he saved his best work for the playoffs, leading his guys to the AFC Championship a couple of weeks ago. And now he knows what lies ahead. He's going to need to play a near-perfect 4 quarters of football to get his guys to the finish line.
He'll buy some time right. And he's got his target, Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how is your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And hoping hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be a second down. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Elliott a first down. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
On second down now. It's Hardy, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Off play action. Britton rolling to his right. It's brought in by Harris. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Back to throw. Britton. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Texans. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Texans are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Fehoko. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. This to Jarwin. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 1.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Got a man, it's Brown.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
From the 38, Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the Texans will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Flushed out right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And to the 36-yard line. Taken down there after getting 8 yards. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 28.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up for the first and goal.
Looking to throw. Britton. Flush to his right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Big Sebastian Joseph Day there on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face a third down.
It's 3rd and 7.
Prescott now. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, Hardy. And this will be a Texans first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
46-yard line.
Back to throw. Britton flushed out right. And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job seeing he got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll roll him out right. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
Flush to his right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. He'll buy some time right. This is caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Texans are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Prescott off play action. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Prescott. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Rolling to his right. He gets it complete to Harris. Still fighting for more. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Britton. Escaping the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Off the play fake. Britton sliding out of the pocket. He finds his man complete. That's Harris. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Texans are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half as they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A first down throw for Prescott. Quick slant to Brown. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Prescott now from the 50. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Final play of the half. Prescott. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper. As time expires in the first half. And the Cowboys get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And you'll see they've had success running the football, and that bodes well for their chances of lifting that Lombardi trophy. Both teams with some extra time to prepare during this long halftime break, but we're about ready to restart the second half of Super Bowl 57. So let's get back out to Arizona and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll roll him out right. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10. Off the bootleg. Britton. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. 56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Flushed out right. It's complete to Fuller. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Britton eluding the pressure right. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Robert Tonyan there to make the grab. And the Texans are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Matthew Ioannidis able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. Really solid effort for him right now. 3rd quarter, already 4 touchdown passes. How many can he get here?
That remains to be seen, but I know one thing. You and I will be here to watch, and I'm not going anywhere. With what he's doing in this contest, I'm not missing a minute of it. This guy's been spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team game, but sometimes these individual performances are fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes they just kind of come to the front, despite the fact, as you said, we know it's all about the team, but the way he's playing, he's trying to make his team win on his back.
Yeah, it's been exciting. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Here's J.K. Scott now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
10th carry now for Elliott. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 58 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They go to Elliott again. And he gets it down to the 32.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. Gets by him at the 25. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Cowboys get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. On the return, Boston Scott. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Let's go! Texans take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it past the 20. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Well, that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. From the 29, Prescott outright completes it to Jarwin. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
Here's Prescott. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If they're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. The Texans on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hardy. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the gun on 3rd down, Britton. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, Britton. Flush to his right. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Texans continue to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Sebastian Joseph Day, his 2nd sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Prescott looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And down he'll go at the 25. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsauer? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 77 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. On first down, it's Hardy. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Star State has a new champion. It's the Houston Texans, kings of the Super Bowl. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.